Hello everyone, welcome to this quick video presentation on Iris Automated Coding System implementation to achieve cause of deaths, highlighting on the topic working with dictionary and standardization in Iris. This video presents information on Iris, a software developed and maintained by the Iris Institute. My name is Ms. Ankita Sangre and I am working as an Iris IT specialist with the CDC Foundation supporting Data for Health initiative activities in India. I support the IRIS implementation and maintenance activity in MCGM through the Unit for Strengthening Cause of Death data based at the Tata Memorial Center. In this quick video, I am going to explain the role of dictionary and standardization in the IRIS automated ICD-10 coding system. Initiate by using the Tools menu with the maintenance option enabled. Using the default password provided for Iris maintenance mode, that is capital P W D capital I R I S, and finally get started with working on the dictionary and standardization tables in the Iris tables database. To customize the maintenance mode for working with the tables database, it can be achieved by traversing through the tools, then the options, which opens the options window, and select the coding tab within it. Then set the password of your choice and click on the OK button to save the changes. For the dictionary tool, if you wish to use Iris for coding text rather than entering ICD-10 WHO codes, then you will need a dictionary with diagnostic expressions and the corresponding ICD-10 WHO codes. Then all the text expressions on the death certificate that are present in the dictionary table will be coded automatically. So by using the add button, enter the text expressions in your own language and assign the ICD-10 WHO codes to them. Enter the text expressions in the diagnosis text field and the corresponding ICD-10 WHO code in the ICD-1 field. One may enter a second ICD-10 WHO code in the ICD-2 field, or if necessary, a third ICD-10 WHO code in the ICD-3 field. The main code for the expression should be entered first. Note that this is not an alternative code but should be used if 2 or 3 ICD-10 WHO codes are needed to code the expression. If one have to provide alternative codes, enter several records with the same diagnosis text field and different ICD-10 WHO codes. In this case, Iris will display the alternatives and the coder is asked to select any one of them. Next, the ICD-C field is used for special applications, for example, to provide more specific information on the location of ill-defined conditions. The value in the year start and year end field denote for which data years the code assignment applies. Finally, click on the reload button to ensure that the changes reflected can be used within the system. One can also edit the dictionary entries using the edit button. First, select the diagnosis text and edit it into a more acceptable and appropriate form. The ICD-10 WHO codes corresponding to the diagnosis text can also be edited if required. And then click on the reload button to ensure the changes reflect. Similarly, one can also delete the dictionary entries. First, select the diagnosis text you wish to delete and click on the delete button. The delete button is used to physically delete the selected entry into the table, also known as hard delete, and then confirm it accordingly. Or instead use the activate inactivate buttons for soft delete, where the activate button is used to enable the entry, that is, keep it active by setting active equals to 1 and the inactivate button is used to disable the selected entry into the table, also known as soft delete, that is, active equals to null. As shown in here, in the active field, 1 represents that the particular entry is active to be used in the text mode. Lastly, click on the reload button to ensure that these changes reflect. Now let's know about the standardization algorithm and how it is applied for each standardization table. Firstly, after reading the causes of death text line, and secondly, while all causes are not coded, then it will check for each group in the standardization 0 table and apply group to the non-coded causes. And if all causes are coded, then stop standardization and end. Here, standardization 0 is the first table the algorithm refers to. Then next check for each group in the standardization 1 and apply group to the non-coded causes. And if all causes are coded, then stop standardization and end. Here, standardization 1 is the second table the algorithm refers. Next, check for each group in the separators table and apply group to the non-coded causes. And if all causes are coded, then stop standardization and end. Here, the separators table is the third table the algorithm refers. Likewise, next checking for each group in the standardization 2 table and apply group to the non-coded causes, and if all causes are coded, then stop standardization and end. Here, standardization 2 is the fourth table the algorithm refers to. And then lastly, check for each group in the time intervals table and apply group to the non-coded causes. And if all causes are coded, then stop standardization and end. Here, the time intervals is the fifth table the algorithm refers. Finally, while all causes are coded, end the loop. And this is how the standardization algorithm is applied. Coming to the standardization tool for working on the standardization tables, following are the important things to consider. The main key and rank fields. The main key forms groups in which rank is used to provide unique numbers to the entries. Then check if the string input text matches with the regular expression set in the filter in field, which can be seen in the string output field to check whether the required filter out expression is achieved. If so, the result success is displayed accordingly. One can add, delete, and edit in the filter in and filter out entries respectively as needed. And finally click on the reload button to ensure that these changes are reflected. Lastly, the Explain tool opens the Explain window in interactive processing mode for the particular record. For the diagnosis text stated in the certificate as cause of death, here the Explain window provided by Iris proves very helpful to understand how the standardization algorithm has worked out, also by providing the detailed processing information. In the table shown here, the left-hand side are the main meta characters and to their right-hand side are the corresponding descriptions of the same. Regular expression by definition, they are standardized strings to enable the search for specified text strings. The important points here to note are the strings you match is the string that will be found or substituted. So if you want to substitute a word and look for specific parts in the word, always make sure that in regular expression you define the whole word. Otherwise, only parts of the word will be substituted. The information presented in this video comes mainly from the IRIS website that is available on the link presented on this slide. Please consider watching at the website for further information on IRIS, how it is maintained, the countries implementing IRIS, and engaged in the core group, and any other questions you may have. Information presented in the video on WHO ICD-10 comes from the WHO ICD website that is available on the link presented on the slide. Also, please consider looking at the website for more information on ICD-10 and ICD-11 and any other questions you might have about the various versions of this mortality classification systems. I hope you found the short video on IRIS helpful and hope you consider watching the other IRIS and informational videos we have developed and posted on the YouTube channel for the Unit for Strengthening Cause of Death data. Please stay tuned for the further videos on IRIS implementation. Thank you.